When I woke up, I suddenly realized the lawn outside my house had turned into a forest overnight. Though I'd only moved in yesterday, I distinctly remembered it being grass outside my door. I asked my husband how this happened, but he claimed he hadn't noticed any changes around us. I was so terrified, I fainted. When I came to, my husband was comforting me, saying I must have hallucinated from too much stress. I couldn't believe him. I rushed straight out the door, only to find everything outside had changed again. This time, we were on a hillside by the river. The shock left me dizzy. I tumbled down the slope and fell into the river. Luckily, my husband pulled me ashore just in time. He saved my life, but I didn't dare step outside all day. I tried to believe his explanation, telling myself it was an illusion. After all, my parents had died in a car accident just 2 months prior. Later, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, so I decided to rest well that night and see how things were after breakfast the next day. Before leaving this time, I asked my husband if the view outside the window was the same as yesterday. He looked over and said everything was the same, but the moment I stepped outside, the scene changed again. We were back at square one. Even so, he insisted nothing had changed. I was panicking. Why could only I see it, while he remained oblivious? He rushed into the nearby woods to investigate. I took only a few steps before feeling dizzy and lightheaded. Then I saw a noose hanging from a tree. Terrified, I fainted on the spot. When I awoke, he had already brought me home. Worried my condition had worsened, he took me back to the hospital for tests. 2 days later, no other illnesses were found. We returned to the cottage to rest. The next morning, I rushed outside the moment I woke. Despair struck again. The lawn had transformed into a muddy ditch. This time, I forced myself to stay calm. I retrieved my phone, untouched for a month, and photographed the surroundings as evidence. I showed the images to my husband. He remained calm, saying he was going to buy food, leaving me alone. I seized the opportunity to explain these bizarre occurrences to my psychiatrist friend. He said these were normal complications of trauma. When I admitted I hadn't been taking my medication regularly, after reminding me to take my medication on time, he hung up. I thought he was trustworthy, the hospital director and my father's most prized student. I took my medication for the first time. Soon my husband returned. As soon as he got back, he made a secret phone call. When I confronted him, he claimed it was a nurse checking on my recovery. I believed he loved me deeply, but as I poured water, I suddenly remembered he always poured mine first. I suspected the water was tampered with. He only drank from the blue-capped bottles. To verify, I rushed into the room and grabbed all the bottles. I swapped the positions of the red and blue caps. Just as I was swapping the last pair, he suddenly appeared in the doorway. In my panic, I lost one. He was about to notice, but at the last second, I snapped it back on. To cover my tracks, I pretended to faint from low blood sugar, so he hurriedly prepared a meal and drank the water meant for me. Sure enough, soon after he felt chest tightness, shortness of breath and dizziness. He rushed into the bathroom to